All right, everybody, get ready for this episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN. I'm real excited about this tonight. We're doing things a little, we jump around genres, and now we're going to go a little country.
Yeah, it would be nice to get back to some country.
Get back to some roots.
Yeah. Tonight we have Coleton Black, so has like a rich country music heritage here in town, and so it's going to be interesting to hear these songs and the stories.
Yeah, well, we have Coleton Black on. We're going to be having some Deca beers. We're also going to have some no-label beers. Tom Paynter is going to join us as well. We're going to eat some Frank's Pizza. It's going to be a fun night. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Denman.
Jesse Sandehan.
All right, everybody, welcome to Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN. I'm John Denman. He is Justin Dejas, and tonight we have a fun little it's gonna be a fun little swinging time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just talking country music is, that's imperative in this city. You have to be able to. We haven't done enough of that, so I think it's going to be fun tonight.
Yeah, so we're going back to some country roots, and our guest tonight, Coleton Black.
Howdy. Glad to be here.
Tom Paynter's hanging out, and we'll get into the reason why Tom's sitting on the couch as well, a little later in the show. But Tom Paynter, some no-label brewery, and even though he didn't bring any no-label brewery, we're drinking some Deca beer tonight, which is also delicious, right down the street from where we record the show.
That's on me. I forgot a little bit, but it's the new year. We just went through a freeze,
Right?
and I think it froze my head up a little.
Next, he's going to bring up COVID. And
Oh, yeah.
The freeze was earlier today, John.
so, Colton,
Yes, sir.
you make some good music, man.
Thank you.
Yep, and I've seen you over at No Label a couple times,
Jamming out.
jamming out.
Having a good time.
It's always a good place to play music, too.
Absolutely. Not on a night like tonight, but yeah.
Well,
Usually
like
pretty solid.
4 months out of the year, it's like the perfect place to play
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, either 102 with that sun coming right at you or pretty frigid. So, yeah. I love it.
Listen, when the sun is shining and Colton's playing, it's a great day.
Oh, yeah.
This is a beautiful day.
Right in the pocket.
Oh, the first time he played, it was
Oh, it was atrocious night.
yes.
It was New Year's Eve, and it was like,
What year was that?
that was 2020, probably.
Oh, it was that year.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
It was wet and it was cold, and we had to go inside the bar room there, and but we had a good time. We salvaged.
We had a dumpster fire New Year's. Where people, we actually put just a dumpster fire in the middle of our yard. And people wrote their memories of 2020. They threw it in.
Yeah.
And we needed a last minute act, or we needed an act. We'd never been done a New Year's before, like a New Year's Eve thing. Craft breweries at that time really did it.
Close.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, there's this guy Coleton Black. He's related to Clint Black, and it's like, okay, sure. Well, we can't afford him. And it's like, oh, you don't even know him. Like he's a really cool guy, yada, yada, yada. Went through a friend of a friend of a friend, and then we got connected, and now Colton's on my phone, so now it's just kind of like...
Yeah, I think I had sent a few emails and, going, hey, do y'all mind if I come up and play? I never got a response. And then, of course, I got will you come play in the ice and the rain? And
Yes.
I got there and back. I'd never been there. I pulled up the truck, and I'm going, there's nobody out there. The park, that main area, y'all didn't have all the tables there at the time, and it was just, I'm going, this is disaster. This is my first time coming here. I've been wanting to play here. It's such a cool place, and it's a total disaster. But like I said, we salvaged. Everybody had a good time, at least in my eyes, while I was up there. I got the bird's eye view from up on wherever I'm playing, and it seemed like everybody was either drunk enough to have a good time or were enjoying themselves. So
We've had a few shows like that, but where even the Thanksgiving shows this year, or right before Thanksgiving, there's some water pipe work that was happening, so they shut down water, and so we couldn't open. So Colton's there. It's like, am I playing for anyone?
practicing, practicing, free practice stage.
But it's been a great relationship the past few years.
Yeah.
And that's how I got on board with him, and like, you know, was bringing people together for his album, you know, which is the reason he's here.
That's why I'm here. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But,
yeah, no, Tom's been extremely supportive, and so I appreciate the hell out of that. You know, it's kind of rare that somebody goes out of their way to help you get something done, and that's just in a business relationship, and he definitely went out of his way to help me get the record going and all that. So, yeah, thanks, and I'm hoping for big things, and we shall see.
Yeah, you're on an adventure.
Yeah.
Luckily, you have family connections that will hopefully help.
Yeah, well,
or at least like put the gutters up.
Put a little fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stoke a little of the fire. Yeah.
That's it. Poke it and prod a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
No, it's super cool, man. Like I said, I saw you over there, and I'm like, man, just singing some good songs, you know. Sounds really good. And whenever you sent the songs over to us to listen to, the first song, which was, what's the first song?
Any Angel.
Any angel can fall. Yeah.
Yeah, Any Angel Can Fall. So I listened to that one. I'm like, man, this one, that's a good song.
Yeah, it's got the kind of old, older country feel.
It brings
to
you
it.
back.
Yeah. Well, I always say that I'm kind of stuck. I'm stuck in the 90s, and it's hard for me to get big on the train of new.
I don't know.
newer
I don't even
country,
know what that feels like, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's been I go, man, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, but all I can do is what I enjoy doing. That's what you're going to hear. So is what it is.
Yeah.
Got to do what you feel is the right thing. Be yourself. So I didn't want to go in and try to make, too much cookie cutter stuff. As we were talking ChatGPT, I could have just said, write me a hit, please. And instead, I went my own route. Maybe after this whole thing's over, I'm going to look back and go, well, ChatGPT is looking pretty good now. But well,
I don't think so.
Hopefully that's not the case.
I don't think, especially listening to this song, because it's so self-reflective, just kind of like, I think that, we've been messing around with the AI stuff for the past couple of weeks, just creating these ridiculous songs, but
It's fun.
It doesn't.
It is fun.
It doesn't pull like reality emotion into
Right.
it, right? I mean, not yet.
Yeah.
Give it like another.
Give it
update.
another 6 months or so.
Yeah.
We'll
it'll
right
be
there.
sentient then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's listen to the song.
Six strings, and everyone is tugging on you. I keep writing these songs, hoping one just might do. But time after time, they don't get through. And here's how I felt, and you never knew. I felt betrayed by the thoughts in my mind. I was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's not to say it's not my fault. If I had learned anything, it's any angel can fall. rusted, broken and used. The writing is done. I've gone through all that I knew. There's no music left. There's no words that'll do to explain how I felt and why you never knew. I felt betrayed by the thoughts in my mind. I was always in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's not to say it's not my fault. If I have learned anything, it's any angel can fall. If I have learned anything, it's any angel can
Any angel? I mean, it sounds like almost like a sad stripper story.
Yeah.
Almost.
So
Well,
I guess in that context, I would have been the stripper if that's the.
oh,
So
dang,
that
this took a
was-
turn.
That's a yeah. Had only hey, getting light. You know, he did spill half of it, so. No, so that one is that one's based on true events. That's kind of one of those in my younger days. I was a little bit of a bad dude when it came to girls. Had my
As in, like, good bad or bad bad?
well,
Depends.
so yeah, that whole song's about being unfaithful. So whatever bad that is, I'd say that's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
But
Well,
yeah, I mean
no.
that's
Makes for great music.
I
though.
do better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
do
song.
better at writing. So that whole thing was kind of the first verse is talking about kind of trying to write out. I wouldn't say an apology, but writing songs to try to either get yourself through it or get her back possibly, and then realizing none of these words are gonna work. It's too far gone, and it ain't gonna happen no matter how I've been busting these strings for too long now, and I realize that it's over and it's not gonna work, and learning from that. So I definitely had to learn. I had to learn the hard way on that.
Based on some life
you know,
events.
yeah. Based on depressing, real life events. So,
So we're bringing up some old memories. Now.
but learned a lesson. It's one of those things. I always say you either learn from somebody teaching you, or you learn the hard way. And as my parents would both say, I definitely learned the hard way on almost everything growing up. So that was no different. So now I've learned that lesson though. Moving forward, hey.
Yeah,
I either learned it or I wouldn't have, and just kept being I guess I could have gotten some more songs out of it, but
There could have been another number one hit.
yeah,
there
there you
somewhere.
go. Yeah, I'm in a relationship, so I can take a dive on this one and try to create some more jams out of it.
No, you can go
not.
wrong in other parts of
Yeah,
your life.
I can't wait for
Yeah,
her.
dude.
I can't wait for her to see
down.
them. Yeah.
I mean, there was also a lot of great music written on heroin as well. I mean, but
Your relationship can be good. Everything else can.
yeah,
Yeah.
you really
yeah.
want to go down.
As long as you're both just happy doing heroin.
I mean, there's another country song.
Yeah.
That's what
Happy
you're
doing
happy
heroin.
Why does heroin keep coming up when we have a country accent here? Because same thing happened with Broken Spokes.
Oh, it did.
Damn.
Well, that's because they were
Common
talking about
theme.
like digging your grave with a spoon.
They were.
And I was like, is that a heroin reference?
Next country act that comes on, just say, all right, so guys,
heroin?
about heroin, you know,
Let's just get it out of the way.
what's y'all's experience?
we have a methadone clinic here to assist.
We have a few numbers for you to call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's no heroin in that song, but there.
I know there's no heroin.
But there's a lot of like regret. I mean,
Yeah.
you can totally hear it just in the tune of the song, and
Yeah.
you know, irrespective. I mean, when you start reading the lyrics too, then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's what's going down.
Well,
But
yeah, that was written pretty quick, in an actual, you know, depressing time. So, that's probably why, you know, it comes through, because it was a real, you know, I didn't wait 6 months. I was kind of after I made a mistake and started trying to figure out how maybe I could correct it.
yeah, is that
And then realizing I couldn't, so then I pulled out the 6 string and then wrote that song, and then said, you know what, I should share this with the world. Share my pain
How long
with the
have you
world.
been writing this album?
How long?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like you know, I'm writing this album. It was, some of these songs have been written a long time ago. Fake ID was written also out of reality. So
Okay.
if you take that into account,
Right.
we're talking.
Might been a
That
little
was
bit.
while
yeah,
ago.
that was the song where my dad always said, "Well, I know my son's drinking now," because I showed up at the, you know, we used to play together, and I showed up one night and I said, "Dad, I got a song I wrote," and played that song, and he looked at me and goes, "Is that a true story?" I said, well, you know, and I was 16,
No,
or 15,
Dad.
or something. Yeah.
even speaking with
This
the
is
officer
written
part
off
too?
other- you know, hey, like I said, most of my stuff's written off reality. So yeah, you know, hey, there's a reason I'm gonna keep it to 1 or 2 of these bad boys. So yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the
they're
32
also-
ounces.
So far, I'm not painting myself in a very good light here. You know, we need to get
that's
to
what
one
the
of my
show's all
other.
about.
I need to stop writing about myself.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Well, been pretty open so far. So
This is
keep me
actually an
on.
intervention.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you, Cole.
So back to the heroin.
So,
No.
Good.
all right, let's take a break and grab a little slice of Frank's pizza. Crack open another one of these big deck of beer cans that we have right here.
Hey.
And we'll get back and we'll talk about the song that you were just talking about, actually. So this is Vinyl Voices Radio on ESPN. We'll be right back.
Rusted, broken, and used. The writing is
This is Vinyl Voices, brought to you by Adley Law Firm, Houston's personal injury attorneys for 30 years.